Have you ever felt trapped in toxic relationships or spent your life constantly seeking approval from others? Do you know that the only real way to change your life is to put yourself first and take immediate action? Keanu Reeves has pointed out that when you stop worrying about people who don't deserve your attention and start focusing on yourself, you'll discover the true power to change. Stop hesitating. Take action now and break free from the chains of waiting for approval. Don't delay any longer. Apply this rule right now to end your doubts and step into the future you truly deserve. Watch this video and learn how to live the life you've always dreamed of. In life, we sometimes get caught up in relationships that make us forget about ourselves. We tirelessly chase after the expectations of others, seeking validation from people who don't truly deserve it. But imagine a moment when you stop, turn inward, and ask yourself, who am I living for? Like a flame, you can't keep burning bright if you're surrounded by negativity and relationships that drag you down. The more you cling to those who don't value you, the more you lose your precious energy and time. I recall a famous quote from Steve Jobs: "Don't live according to the expectations of others. Live according to what you believe is right." And it's true. When you dedicate all your energy to seeking validation from people who don't really care about your growth, you're slowly losing yourself. We've all experienced the feeling of waiting, worrying about what others think of us. But in reality, when you keep living in this constant waiting game, you're only holding yourself back. It's like standing at a door, waiting for someone else to open it, while all the new opportunities are right in front of you. No one can open that door but you. So how do you break free from this vicious cycle? The answer is simple. Take immediate action. When you feel hesitation creeping in, apply the 5-4-3-2-1 rule, count down, and act. This is the way to crush doubts, fears, and move forward. Surely you remember the first steps of great people like Walt Disney or J.K. Rowling. They didn't wait for anyone's approval. They acted, even knowing they could fail. It's in those difficult moments that you realize growth doesn't come from easy days, but from challenges. And so, even if it's painful and tough, those are the essential steps on your journey of growth. Because not everyone will walk with you, and sometimes loss can bring immense value. Finally, stop living for the words of others. Don't wait for approval from society or those around you. Your life is yours. Reclaim your power, invest in yourself, and create the life you want. As a poet once said, life is not about waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to dance in the rain. Point number 1, redirect your energy. Life sometimes makes us lose our way in unworthy relationships. People who drain our energy without bringing any change or growth. We keep spending time with those who don't deserve it. And before long, we find ourselves exhausted, with no energy left to focus on the things that matter most. It feels like running a race, but with weights on your feet, slowing you down and draining your motivation. Why do we so easily give our energy to those who don't appreciate it? It seems we've forgotten that our energy is a precious resource, and only when we know how to preserve and invest it properly can it grow and thrive. Remember, like a flame, if you keep your light in the darkness, it will eventually fade. But if you let it shine, you'll see it can light up a vast space, not just for you, but for those around you. You've probably heard the saying from a famous author, "Not everyone deserves your attention." Those who make you feel exhausted or insecure are the ones you need to stop. So why keep worrying about people who aren't worthy of your time? Why not spend your time and energy on yourself to improve and grow further? When you look at yourself and realize what you're capable of, everything around you seems to shine brighter. Instead of continuing to invest time in negative relationships, focus on the things that matter. Positive relationships will help you grow, develop, and become the best version of yourself. Thomas Edison, who was mocked for pursuing inventions that no one believed in. But instead of wasting time blaming those who didn't support him, he redirected his energy into new inventions, eventually becoming known worldwide as a pioneer in the field of electricity. When we know how to redirect our energy, we'll realize we can achieve wonders that once seemed impossible. Point number 2, break the cycle of seeking approval. We've all been in that situation, constantly chasing after others' approval, wanting to be recognized and praised. It feels like our lives depend on the nods of others, and each step we take is measured by society's gaze. But if we continue to live like this, we turn ourselves into puppets, letting others pull the strings and dictate every decision of our lives. There was a time when, as a younger person, insecurity took over because of the fear of doing what was desired, simply due to the fear of being judged. Every time something new was to be tried, the opinions of others were sought in hopes of receiving approval. However, the more this was done, the more it felt like being trapped in a vortex where nothing moved forward. Questions like, what will others think? And, am I doing this correctly? Would constantly swirl around. In the end, many great opportunities were missed simply because of the fear of judgment. Eventually, an important realization emerged. No one can live life for anyone else. Seeking approval only traps one in narrow molds that others create. No one, whether family or friends, should decide one's worth or life goals. Only the individual understands their own dreams and passions. Therefore, criticism should be ignored, and the fear of judgment should not stop anyone from pursuing their path. There's a famous story about Steve Jobs that I really like. When he started building Apple, many people thought he was crazy, that he was doing the impossible. But he didn't let those criticisms stop him. On the contrary, he used the opposition as motivation to go further and create products that changed the world. He didn't need anyone's approval to pursue his dreams. And because of that, he created major turning points in the tech industry. Finally, the important thing is not to gain the approval of everyone around you, but to listen to yourself, trust in your own abilities, and believe in your decisions. Don't let the words of others define who you are, and don't let their approval hold you back. Focus on your own goals, and let your steps pave the way for you, without the need for anyone's permission. Point number 3, act, don't hesitate. In life, we often face moments where hesitation hinders our progress. When confronted with an important decision, we tend to hesitate, fear the unknown, and wonder whether we should take action. It feels like a wave pulling us away from the shore, and every time we try to swim back, we're pushed further out by our own doubts. When you're standing still at crossroads, it seems like the only option, afraid to move, worried that a decision might be wrong. But then, it became clear that hesitation only causes the loss of opportunities, and sometimes opportunities, once lost, never return. Much like in the stories of successful individuals, they never waited for everything to be perfect before they took action. They understood that decisive action was the key to making a difference. One particular method that stood out was Mel Robbins' 5-4-3-2-1 rule, a simple but incredibly effective strategy for overcoming hesitation. Whenever doubt begins to creep in, the rule is to count down from 5 to 1 and take immediate action. This technique not only helps calm nerves, but also provides the push needed to overcome hesitation. By the time the countdown reaches 1, there is no time left for second thoughts. It becomes all about taking action. This is the key to breaking through self-imposed barriers and moving forward. When Elon Musk started SpaceX, no one believed in his success. He faced failure after failure, but he never let hesitation stop him. He kept acting, and each failure became a lesson, bringing him closer to his goal. His ability to act without hesitation is what turned his impossible dream into reality. Whenever you feel hesitant, don't let it take over. Count down and act immediately, because nothing worth having comes easily. Remember, the best opportunities in life come from brave, timely decisions. Point number 4, embrace maturity. Sometimes, maturity comes to us unexpectedly, like a strong gust of wind, forcing us to stand firm and change. It's not always easy, and not everyone will walk alongside you on that path. The people around you may not understand, may even oppose you, and some may leave when you begin to change. But this is part of the process. Growth is not always comfortable. Sometimes it comes in the form of powerful waves or tough challenges that you must face alone. Think about the moments when you had to change, the tough decisions you made knowing they weren't easy, but you moved forward anyway. Imagine when you decide to change jobs, to leave a stable position to pursue your passion. People around you, close friends, may not understand and could strongly oppose your decision. But you know that if you don't change, if you don't step out of your comfort zone, you will never become the person you want to be. You realize not everyone will stand with you, and this realization fuels your drive to move forward. Growth, like a tree rising from the ground, sometimes has to weather storms and endure cold winters. No path is easy, and progress is never a smooth ride. Think of Oprah Winfrey, a woman who endured countless hardships, from a poor childhood to becoming one of the most influential people in the world. It was her challenges, her struggles that shaped her into a role model for millions. So, if maturity feels uncomfortable, don't worry. That's normal. Embrace it as part of the journey. And remember that every step forward, no matter how painful, is helping you become a better version of yourself. Even the difficulties, the opposition, the losses can be crucial in helping you grow and rise stronger. Point number 5, stop living for others. Our lives sometimes feel like a play, where we unknowingly become actors, not for ourselves, but for the eyes of others. We do everything for acceptance, for praise, for the desire to be liked. We try to live according to other people's expectations, even if it drains us, leaves us empty, or makes us unhappy. But one day, when you look back, you'll realize that you've been living for others for too long, forgetting yourself, neglecting your dreams and true desires. Imagine a ship tied to the dock, wanting to set sail, but always held back by the invisible ropes of expectations and approval. The ship remains still, unable to explore the vast ocean, unable to reach new lands. And so, I realize that if we continue to wait for the approval of others, we'll never move forward. We can't let our lives be controlled by the words or thoughts of others. Malala Yousafzai fought for girls' education in Pakistan, knowing that opposition and threats were inevitable. But she didn't wait for anyone's approval. She chose to live for herself, for the ideals she believed in. Today, she is a global symbol of courage and the power of living true to oneself despite the external pressures. In the same way, we should not wait for anyone's approval to continue our journey. Don't let the comments or acceptance of others be your only motivation. Reclaim your own power, reclaim your energy, and invest it in what truly matters to you. Focus on building the life you want, not the life others want for you. When you begin to live for yourself, you'll experience a freedom, peace, and happiness that you never knew existed. Never trade your dreams for the desire to gain others' approval. You're the only one who truly knows yourself, and only you can understand what you truly want in life. Live authentically, live boldly, and live for yourself. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope today's message helps you realize that you are the one who decides your future. Don't let waiting, hesitation, or negative relationships hold you back. Act today, take control of your life, and focus on building what you truly desire. We greatly appreciate your support, and if you have any stories or issues you'd like to share, feel free to leave a comment below. Together, we can learn and grow every day. Share this video with those who might be inspired, and don't forget to like and comment your thoughts on today's lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe now so you don't miss out on upcoming valuable content. We're always here, ready to create content that suits you. Together, we'll rise and live a fulfilling life. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.